hear one more contribution, perhaps, on Winston Churchill. Jeff in Mansfield. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey up, George.
Hi, mate.
I thought you got more sense than to be seduced by all this Churchill nonsense.
Tell us.
Well, this business, let's go back to the nitty-gritty. We will fight on the beaches, right?
Yeah.
It meant you will fight on the beaches.
Well,
you're going to clear off to Canada with the royal family.
No way.
Right,
That's absolute rubbish. That is absolute rubbish. Churchill would not have left the country for Canada. Churchill made it clear that he, in the government, would stay in the country and coordinate the resistance.
A likely story. A likely story.
Well,
I'll tell you something, George.
What's your evidence? What's your evidence for that? What's your evidence that Churchill would have fled to Canada and leaving the British people to oppose the Nazi occupation? What's your evidence?
Did he care about the British?
What's your evidence for it? Put up a single shred of evidence or shut up.
Listen, he once told the miners he was going to make them...
Look, never mind the miners. Well, we've already acknowledged, I'm the first to, as an honorary member of the South Wales area of the National Union of Mine Workers, Churchill's role in the crushing of the miners in Tonopandi. I know that he sent the tanks into George Square. I know what he did in Ireland. I know all the things that he did. We're talking about that moment when the national survival of the country was at stake and when he came to the front and played an indispensable role. That's what we're talking about. You have said Churchill would have fled to Canada. I'm giving you one more opportunity to produce a scintilla of evidence of that, or I'm going to shut you up.
Well, he will shut me up anyway. But I'll tell you, should I tell you who beat Nazi Germany? Should I tell you?
Yes.
It was American money and Russian blood.
But we've already acknowledged that, Jeff, in the debate. But before America or Russia entered the war, we stood alone. And we only stood alone because Churchill attacked the appeasers and the separate piecers, and he rallied the British people to stand alone. Jeff, you're an infantile leftist with a knee-jerk view of history, and you ought to know better.